So hello, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also support my small business at latricelimited.com. So y'all, I know this video is gonna make people mad, and if you're mad about it, whatever, I just ask on this video, on this channel in general, let's be adults and have civilized conversations. You can disagree properly. Arguing, all that's childish. I don't even condone that. All right, so let's just get into this. All right, so this is on this whole transgendered issue, okay? And this is actually in regards to transgendered athletes, specifically in swimming by FINA. That's the company, not the company, but that's the organization, International Organization for Swimming. And they have banned transgendered persons, the people who say they're a woman, essentially. They have banned them from swimming at the elite level. Okay, take a look at the video.
Has jumped where other sports have feared, banning transgender athletes from competing against women on the world stage. It was an overwhelming vote, with an Australian Olympic gold medalist leading the charge for change.
I now introduce Kate Campbell.
With some arm twisting from an Olympic great.
It is my hope that young girls all around the world can continue to dream of becoming Olympic and world champions.
International swimming dived in the deep end, sinking the chances of a transgender swimmer like America's Leah Thompson from competing in women's events on the world stage.
We have to protect the rights of all our athletes to compete. But we also have to protect competitive fairness at our events, especially women's competition.
But it's not a complete shutout. There are moves to create a separate open category for transgender women. Swimmers who transition before age 12 will escape the ban. So too, transgender men.
It makes it easier for the athletes knowing what's going on, how the competition's going to look, and that the sport can continue to be fair.
But a former teammate, Maddie Groves, has slammed the decision, calling it shameful and unscientific.
It's effectively the same as having one lane of a swimming pool with a huge concrete barrier separating it from the other 7, and the trans women are put in the one lane.
Fairness and inclusion are said to be the cornerstones of sport, but this issue has them on a collision course. International swimming has attempted to negotiate it, leaving many other sports in its wake.
It's complex.
That's women's basketball, women's soccer.
What do you think is the best call?
It needs to be a discussion.
But not one for today, as the codes came together for a talk fest on women's safety in sport.
You've got a situation where you've got a transgender who wants to play women's football at the elite level. What do you do?
So it's an issue that our game's working through at the moment to develop a policy.
They could follow the AFL's lead, which blocked Hannah Mounsey from playing in the Women's League in 2018, but still leaving the door open to play at the community level.
Our community policy is really committed to inclusion of transgender athletes.
There will be tough decisions ahead. Damien Ryan, 9 News.
Okay, so as you guys seen with this video, all right, they're not saying, okay, you're a transgendered person, you can't be in any kind of women's sport, period. You're done, you're out of here, kick you to the curb. They're not saying that. They're saying that you cannot participate at the elite level, okay, the national level. You can't, international level, you cannot participate in that. They do allow transgendered people to participate in, like more of like the local ones or whatnot, whatever that term is. The open competition category is what they referred it to. Okay, so they do say that they are allowed for that. This is only pertaining to swimming in general. Okay, so as you've seen in the video, they were actually making a reference towards, and because it's so iffy, people, as you see, they weren't trying to say anything. All right, they were just like, well, it's open for discussion. It's there, So the thing about it is this, as you've seen, it is very much unfair. It's an unfair advantage that natural born males have against natural born females when they are competing in the same division. Okay, I actually have like a little quote here, and I will put it up on the screen and whatnot. But it says the vote by FINA, which administers international competitions in water sports, prohibits transgendered women from competing unless they began medical treatments to suppress production of testosterone before going through one of the early stages of puberty. All right. Puberty is a huge part in this and everything that has to do with anything with transgendered persons, okay? Or by age 12, whichever occurred later. It establishes one of the strictest rules against transgendered participation in international sports. Scientists believe, let me repeat that, okay? Because everyone want to say science, science, science. Let me just repeat that. Scientists believes. Okay, so this is not something I just pull out of my booty hole and I'm like, okay, here y'all. Okay, it's here. I have the article linked down below as well if you want to go into further detail. It's a scientist believes that the onset of male puberty gives transgendered women a lasting, irreversible physical advantage over athletes who were female at birth. Let me reread that part for everyone, because every time someone makes a comment or, tries to have, because it's never a discussion, it's always an argument because people don't know how to talk to people nowadays. Anytime someone talks about transgendered, anything, they always want to leave that little part out and say, well, that's not true. It's only true when it goes with whatever your agenda is, but it's not true when it goes against it. Facts are facts. I'm for truth no matter where it comes from. I'm from truth for no matter who says it. Okay, so let me reread that. It says scientists believe the onset of male puberty gives transgendered women a lasting, irreversible physical advantage over athletes who were female at birth. And this is the main thing. When you hit puberty, and that's why they were saying 12, but they know females hit puberty a bit earlier, but that's why they use 12 for, if you were a male. Now, what they're saying is this: when you hit puberty, you have hit puberty as a male. All right. So you have a lasting, like they said, irreversible. You cannot reverse it. I don't care how many hormones, estrogen level things you take, injections. I don't care if you got breast implant, booty implants, you put a wig on. It does not match her. You have, scientists believe, you have a irreversible, permanent physical advantage over women. That is the key point in all of this. Okay. And this is why they're doing it. You have people, who say, oh, well, that's not necessarily fair. This is just not right. This is shameful. But it's okay. So if you were to read that quote to that person, they would just say, well, but there's still women. So you're negating, you are dismissing factual information. That is what you're doing when you do that. Okay. This is the problem that I have with all of this. I don't have a problem with you being a transgendered person. You want to be a transgendered person, knock yourself out. But as we see, okay, one, and I have said it and I will say it many times, I'm not comfortable with being exposed. I'm in the bathroom with my niece, or I'm just in the bathroom with my sister, or I'm just in the bathroom, period, with other females. And I have a male walking in there doing their business as well. People say, well, you don't like it, don't be here. Okay, well, same with this then. If you don't like it, don't participate. But then we're all supposed to say, oh, well, but that's not fair to them. Okay, well, it's not fair to me. It's not fair to them either. Okay, to other females, it's not fair. So you want other people to feel uncomfortable. And this is, it's not like I'm the only one in the entire world saying this. I've seen many comments, I've seen many videos, okay, of people saying the exact same thing that I am saying in regards to, I do not feel comfortable when I'm using the bathroom, washing my hands, whatever I'm doing in the ladies' room. Okay, I don't feel comfortable having another male in there. I don't see why that's a hard thing to comprehend. You have, we now have water sports where they have banned that. You can still participate, but in my opinion, I feel like there should just be 3 divisions. Since everything is changing in the world and we live in a very overly sensitive society and everyone wants their opinion to be heard, fine. have a females division, have a males division, and have a transgendered person's division. I don't really understand what the problem is with that. And if you want people to have the pronouns where it's they, them, whatever, then you could have that division as well. Okay, you can have 4 divisions, but it needs to at least be 3 divisions. You have the female, have the male, have the transgendered, and whatever other divisions you think need to be added, you can add them. But I just don't get why it's so difficult to understand that males, once you hit puberty, you automatically will have physically, they said, irreversible advantage over someone who is born as a female. I don't get why that's so difficult. I just feel like, one, just have the 3 different divisions, okay? Because if you look at, for example, lingerie football, or if you have like rugby, for example, do you think those women should be competing up against the Saquon Barkleys, up against the Tom Bradys, up against these 300, 200 all muscle men who have fast twitch muscles? You know, their shoulders are wider. They have all these other advantages. How is that fair? That's not fair, in my opinion. And same with that, even though you almost never see it. Maybe I've only heard of maybe 1 case, but it was never to that level because they don't even have women in the NFL. Okay. So, and that's fine for that reason, unless they make like a separate team. I don't want to see a female, going up there and getting tackled by a male, and then she'll only probably last maybe a season because she got so badly injured because her body just is not up to snuff with these guys. I'm fine with that, but I just don't think that even if you had, someone who used to be, a female, saying that they're a man now, I don't think that they need to be up there. That's not fair. We've seen what happened in it wasn't UFC, but it was in MMA, for example, where it was a female and then it was a transitioned woman, which is a male, going up against a female. And the female, oh God, if I could find the picture of it, I'll put it up here. And it looked terrible. And so many people were criticizing it because it was an unfair advantage. As the scientists have said, and like I said, if you want to actually look it up, I have the article linked down below. Okay. But it's an unfair advantage that you guys are having. Okay. And this is something different, but I recall it was in the Wind Spa, and it was a black lady, who it was like a Korean spa. Well, not like it was a Korean spa. And then apparently in Korean spas, it's what you do is you are completely naked in like this nice spa area room. You have the pool, you have this, whatever, but everyone's naked. Okay. Like that's just what they do. Fine. That's what they do. All right. If you're comfortable with it, knock yourself out. But what you're supposed to have is the all female zone over here. You have an all male zone over here. There's no interlocking, intermingling, nothing like that. It's for comfortability. That's one of the main things. Okay. We want all females to be comfortable. Y'all all got the same thing. Okay. And you got all men over here being comfortable. Y'all all got the same thing. All right. So that's how it's supposed to be. And in this video, the lady went off. Okay.
So it's okay. I just want to be clear with you. It's okay. It's okay for a man to go into the women's section, show his penis around the other women, young little girls underage. Your spa, we spa, condone that. Is that what you're saying? Like I asked. It's so he could stay there. He could stay there. What sexual orientation? I see a dick. It lets me know he's a man. He's a man. He is a man. He is not no female. He is not a female. He is not a female. Hold on. He is not a female, sweetie. Okay, girls down there, other women who are highly offended for what they just saw. And you did nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, you sided with him. So We Spa is an agreement with men that just say they are a woman and they can go down there with their penis and get into the women's section. Is that what you're saying? What really? What law? What law?
We put everything back.
So women can go into the men's with their breasts. Okay.
And then this shit happening, we're not going to come back.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't come back either. Yeah, get your money back.
Yeah, everything.
You got a man with his penis talking about he's a woman. He ain't no woman. Yeah, give her money back.
Are you talking about a transgender person?
There's no such thing as transgender. He has a dick. Okay? He has a penis. His penis is hanging out. Okay, no, I'm not one. Actually, I'm a woman who knows how to stand up and speak up for my right. As a woman, I have a right to feel comfortable without a man exposing himself. Okay? No, you go somewhere else. Okay, so that's right. No, he's not a transgender. He has a penis, just like you do. Are you?
So I understand.
No. Yeah. Okay, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
Okay, that's traumatizing to see that. I'm a woman. I think this is a place right here. I'm told only for women. So how dare you sit up here and tell me I don't have a right as a woman to defend?
If it's a transgender.
I'm telling you, he has a penis, a full and testicles. Okay, and I don't care what it's a man. You got one? You're a man. Okay.
And if we went into the men's section with our anatomy, that would be...
Well, it would probably, but you might not like women, so it might not, okay? And we don't know, but for me and for a lot of other women, they do not feel comfortable, and it's not okay. Okay? So, well, you're sorry. You should be, sweetie, and you're out of alignment, and this is not right. I can tell you that much, all right? And I know you're out of order. Yeah, it must be hard. It must be hard not being a real man, huh? Try it. So, like I said, I want every woman get all of their information on.
Security guard just said that is not allowed.
Okay, well, I don't care what the security guard. He's just security.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Sometimes predators go down and will just go through the women's side.
Okay, well, no, he's sitting in there. Okay, well, security.
No. He doesn't want to be.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying he should have not been allowed to. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We know that.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And she was talking about like, yo, you got this dude who has, his genitalia out. She didn't say that he had, breast implants and, whatever. Apparently, from what she said and what all the other women co-signed on, he was a just full-grown man out there looking at naked women and little girls. And they didn't feel comfortable. But you had men in there as well who were saying, in the video, oh, well, that's fine. You guys need to just get over it. That's okay. That's okay. So it's okay to make women uncomfortable. It's okay to dismiss women once again on concerns. Okay. And granted, you had quite a bit of women who were like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Well, it may be fine to you, but it's not fine to everybody else. And the majority of people are not okay with it. That's what I noticed. When I was reading that, when I was looking at the comments, when I was reading other articles, people were not okay with that, So that's my thing. And then you have people who also they're also on like this weird wishy-washy thing. Well, I'm okay with it, but you can't do this. Well, I'm okay, but, and you either are or you aren't. Okay. And it's okay to be fine, but don't say like, well, it's good in this situation, but it's not okay in that situation. But this situation is a little different, but that one ain't. Come on. So you're okay with women expressing their concern, expressing how they're not comfortable, expressing how it makes them feel weirded out, how they're just really uncomfortable. That's okay as long as the male is okay, right? As long as the male feels like they're a part of whatever, that's okay. And this is what we've always had. It's always been male dominated everything. Women's opinions have always been put secondary. Women's opinions have always been something that's just put on the back burner and was like, okay, I mean, y'all complain again. Okay, y'all complain again. Stop complaining. No, I don't think that if I don't want a male in the bathroom with me, okay, and I've read other things, watched other videos, I'm not alone in this. If I don't want a male in the bathroom with me, I don't want a male in the bathroom with me. Okay. It's just as simple as that. I don't feel comfortable with that. If you guys want to do your all gender bathrooms, knock yourself out. But if it says man, woman, men, all gender, and then you're a transgendered woman and you're like, well, I'm gonna bypass the men. I'm gonna bypass all gendered and I'm going to the women. Well, it's right here. Why don't you just go to that one? Well, I don't want to go to that. I want to go to yours. Well, what, they've already accommodated you. Why don't you just go there? But you don't want to do that. Okay. You have the women's spa, for example. You have women, you have men. Okay. This is women vaginas, men penises. And you're like, I have a penis, but I don't want to go with you guys. I want to go with you guys and make everyone feel uncomfortable. That's why people were complaining about it. I mean, I'm not making this up. you could clearly go and look, but it's okay to inconvenience women and make women feel uncomfortable, make women feel like their opinions don't matter, because as we see, it obviously doesn't. That's okay. But then people say, oh, well, you guys do matter. Your opinions do matter. But then you express them and it's like, oh, y'all being over dramatic. This is the problem that I have. So yes, I do feel like this is a good step forward. And in no way am I saying like perpetrate violence on, gay people, I wasn't even talking about gay people, but with that, with transgendered or any other pronoun things that we have, any of the allies. I'm not even saying any of that. I'm just saying in regards to this, I do feel like this is a step forward because of advantages. And I feel like it needs to touch on every other sport. Okay. Because at the end of the day, it just is not fair. It's not fair. You have people who they've been participating in these sports since they were like 5 years old. And then for them to be like, okay, I think I'll be good. And then someone else just pops in the division like, no, you ain't. I'm going to take over because now I am physically, quote unquote, superior than you right now. And it's okay for me to just hop in here. That I have a problem with because it just is not fair. It's not fair. If you want to dress up as a woman, that's fine. I don't care. Do you, boo. I don't care. But at the end of the day, if we're going to be talking about competing inequalities, which Americans, we quote unquote love so much, even though we don't. Okay. But if we're going to complain and say, oh, we're all for equality, da 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 da, can we address the issues that we have? Oh no, we're going to dismiss all the women that are complaining about it. And we're going to go with what the transgendered community is wanting to get in here. Okay. We care about y'all, but we don't really care about y'all. That's essentially what is happening. So the fact that people are like, yes, this is a good thing. I don't get why other people don't see that. But those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions on this. And until then.